Now I think it should be for the screen.
We will now introduce the seniors from our marching band. Our first senior band member this evening is Autumn Calhoun. Autumn is the daughter of James and Jessica Calhoun, who are escorting her this evening along with her brother Caden. She's been a member of the band for 9 years and plays the bass drum. In school, Autumn is also a member of Taiko. Her fondest band memory is when Matthew ripped his pants playing leapfrog. Autumn's future plans are to enter the workforce. Senior Autumn Calhoun. You say that.
Here, Mason, this is yours.
Up next, we have Xander Daniel. Xander is the son of William and Lori Daniel, who are escorting him this evening. He has been a member of the band for 9 years and plays the trombone. In school, Xander is a member of the Quiz Bowl team, where he serves as treasurer and cinema club. His fondest band memory is going to Kennywood his freshman year. Xander's future plans are to enlist in the military. Senior Xander Daniel.
I tested it. It's charged. I can't.
Our next senior this evening is Brody Grimm. Brody is the son of Robert and Christina Grimm, who are escorting him this evening. He has been a member of the band for 9 years and plays the saxophone. In school, Brody is a member of the rifle team, Leo Club, and Cinema Club. His fondest band memory is meeting his friends, including Dylan McCorkle, who he plays ridiculous tunes with. Brody's future plans are to attend IUP to major in psychology to become a Christian mental health counselor. Senior Brody Grimm. Up next is Emma Lindahl. Emma is the daughter of Cindy and Craig Lindahl and is being escorted this evening by her parents along with her brother James and grandmother Marge. She has been in the band for 4 years and is the drum major. In school, Emma is a member of National Honor Society, Yearbook, Leo Club, Drama Club President, Quiz Bowl Secretary, Spanish Club Treasurer, Book Club Secretary, Art Club, and Stage Crew. Her fondest band memory is driving down Buffington Drive behind Xander and singing along to tunes together at the stoplight. Emma's future plans are to go to college, get a master's degree, and to become a child life specialist. Senior Emma Lindhall. Our next senior this evening is Dylan McCorkle. Dylan is the son of Jamie and Tom McCorkle, who are escorting him this evening. He's been a member of the band for 9 years and plays the saxophone. In school, Dylan is a member of the rifle team and Student Athlete Advisory Council. His fondest band memory is bus rides to away games with Brody and all the great memories made in band. Dylan's future plans are to go to Butler County Community College for 2 years for HVAC. Senior Dylan McCorkle. Up next, we have Julia Miller. Julia is the daughter of Joshua Miller and Elizabeth Prunty, who are escorting her this evening along with Bob Prunty. She has been a member of the band for 2 years and is a member of the Color Guard. In school, Julia is also a member of County Chorus. Her fondest band memory is the time Brianna accidentally got a black eye while playing with a lightsaber. Julia's future plans are to go to Edinburgh University to major in wildlife biology. Senior Julia Miller. All right, so hey, cow. Our next senior this evening is Gabe Nanny. Gabe is the son of Michael Nanny and Nancy Snyder, who are escorting him this evening. He has been a member of the band for 7 years and plays the trombone. In school, Gabe is involved in Kite Cow and the rifle team and newspaper. His fondest band memory is making it to participating in the region band. Gabe's future plans are to go to college to become a math teacher. Senior Gabe Nanny. Up next, we have Eric Quinn. Eric is the son of Mary and Michael Quinn and is being escorted by his mother this evening. He has been a member of the band for 4 years and plays the clarinet. Eric's fondest band memory is the last day of band camp and Friday night bus rides. His future plans are to attend college to become a robotics tech and get his fire science degree to become a firefighter. Senior Eric Quinn. Our next band senior this evening is Eliza Smith. Eliza is the daughter of Brett and Danielle Smith and is being escorted this evening by her aunt and uncle, Shauna and Trevor Zalaponi. She has been a member of marching band for 9 years and plays the mallets. In school, Eliza is the president of the science club and the cinema club. Her fondest band memory is the time Matthew ripped his pants playing leapfrog. Eliza's future plans are to attend Butler County Community College to get a nursing degree to become a traveling nurse. Senior Eliza Smith. Our final band senior this evening is Onyx Taylor. Onyx is the daughter of Joy Coachman and Robert Taylor, who are escorting her this evening. She has been a member of the band for 9 years as a member of the color guard and playing saxophone. In school, Onyx is a member of the musical, bowling team, science club, and student athlete advisory council. Her fondest band memory is watching Matthew get his leg waxed in 10th grade. Onyx's future plans are to go to college for environmental sciences and to become a park ranger. Our senior, Onyx Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for the senior members of our marching band. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you one more time for our senior football players, our senior cheerleaders, and our senior band members. Thank you so much, class of 2023, for all you do here at Armstrong High School. Was that white guy? You guys white guy? We jumped in. I made it. I can't go. Well, actually, I didn't take my time. But I'm the bottom. Oh, that first. At this time, down at the 40-yard line, actually 39-yard line, the spotter tells me, we have the final week of the Blue Collar Quarterly Drawing. All 4 quarters are being drawn and recorded at this time. Just a reminder, everybody, since this is the final week for the Blue Collar Quarterly Drawing, we will, at the conclusion of tonight's matchup, we will have the $10,000 drawing right here at the 50-yard line with Coach Fabian at the conclusion of tonight's matchup. So you might want to stick around for that one.
Right here. All right, looks like we're good.
Ladies, gentlemen, and children of all ages, at this time, would you please rise for the Armstrong Riverhawk Marching Band's playing of the Star-Spangled Banner, followed by the alma mater. The American flag is located behind the scoreboard. name did he talk to? Fournier. That sounds right. I think it's fake now. That's a weird name. George Giller, my girl, like two seconds. I said, and is that Dave? Dang. Dang. Yeah, it's Dangle. I should go. You should have been. You know any of them? I might know him. I'm sorry. They knew you. I know Mike Tucci. Oh, Mike Burl? Yeah. He's the AD at Norway. That's who Mike. That's Mike. Well, they said. Where's Mike? They said. Someone said something about that. They said it's a very good basketball. I know Mike Jones. I don't know. I don't know these guys as much as I do the other one. You're right. Now I gotta say it. You can hurry up and 79, right? And go to Hospital. Go to Detroit, Buffalo, and Armstrong. Game of get my cake on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to High Top Sports Network's presentation of WPIAL Class 4A Greater Allegheny Conference Varsity Football action, the regular season finale here at Armstrong, and they will be welcoming the Kiski area Cavaliers. Good evening, everyone. My name is Josh Recknos, joined by Mason Flanagan to my right and Dave Hartman on the camera. And it's senior night here at Armstrong. We got in for a bit of the presentation there, Mason. But one senior in particular running the show this year for the Riverhawks, and that's number 4, Caden Olsen.
Yeah, nothing. There's so many words you could say about Caden and what he's done as a leader, really just bringing this program back into making the noise that it hasn't made in a couple of years. He brings along a nice cast of characters along, not just seniors, but the juniors, the underclassmen as well. And of course, you could say, as I said, you could say as much as you can about Caden, but nothing really sums it up other than it's the final week of the season and he leads the wet field as expected in passing yards. And another great opportunity to wrap up the season at the top of that.
Yeah, and also leads the WPIAL in touchdown passes as well, Mason. Just another phenomenal year, climbing up the all-time lists in WPIAL and PIAA history in terms of yards and touchdowns and total yards. You know, he ran for nearly 1,000 yards a year ago as a junior, over 800. So Caden Olsen can do it all. He did it all last week as the Riverhawks took care of business on the road at undefeated Highlands. And Olsen had quite a few TDs in that game. And the Riverhawks, you know, all they got to do is take care of business tonight. The Greater Allegheny Conference title is theirs outright. And Kiski coming into this game at 1-8, not a great season in Vandergrift for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, not a great season, but at the same time, I've been at a ton of Cavalier games this season. That's a team that'll come out, they'll give Armstrong their best game, whether it's a tight game, whether it's not a tight game, they'll play hard the whole 4 quarters, all hard on the line. It's the last game, they're not going to the playoffs, but still they come out with great energy. Just talking to some of their coaches when they come in off the bus today, it was really, hey, you know, we got 1 week, we got nothing to lose, why not give it our best game? When Kiski and Armstrong match up, it's always a good showing, no matter what the scoreboard says.
And the Riverhawks take the field here on senior night, trying to complete a 9-1 season record, which would tie for the best record in school history during the regular season. Remember, Zane Dudek's senior year back in 2016, 9-1, also section champions, the other conference championship in this program's young history.
Cavaliers, coached by Sam Albert, and your Armstrong Riverhawks head coach.
So Josh, we'll address the elephant in the room. We do have, even though it is, with Kiski being a being at the bottom of the conference and Armstrong being at the top, how long do you keep your seniors out there expecting a long playoff run? You have seniors like Kate Olsen, you have these seniors like Dozic Zablocki. These guys are the heartbeats of this team. Do you keep them out there the whole game, or do you go out there, you give them a nice send off, and then bring back next week for a proper send off in the first round of the playoffs?
Boy, that's actually a really good question, Mason. I mean, if I'm those seniors, I want to play every minute, every second of this game. You know, your last regular season game, that obviously going to get a home playoff game, but their last regular season game in a high school uniform. So if that were me out there answering that question, I wouldn't want the coach to take me out no matter what the score was. But you're right, they got to preserve health if they do want to make a deep playoff run. So the Riverhawks and Cavaliers, coin toss right now. Our official broadcast partner tonight, the Richard G. Snyder YMCA. Thanks to the Y for their support this season. And we are here in the Schaefer's HVAC broadcast booth. Josh Recknoff, Mason Flanagan, and Dave Hartman. Kiski has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half.
Armstrong will be receiving the football out of the north end zone. A reminder to play Armstrong.
And tonight's scoreboard sponsor, of course, Sprankles Neighborhood Markets. Hashtag Save on Meat. Ryan has been nice enough to join us in the broadcast booth a few times this year, but getting to enjoy it as a fan tonight. I saw him sitting down there front and center, as always.
Our linesman is John Fournier, line judge Mike Tucci.
And not many characters out there like Ryan. Really has that great personality up in the booth, down in the stands. A great guy to have around the program, and a great addition to our broadcast sponsorship and to the team whenever he's on air.
Oh yeah, Ryan is a fixture in the community here. Does a lot for the sports programs here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School, and also, of course, for the community, the Armstrong County community. Sprankle's 3 locations: Katanning, Saxonburg, and of course Leechburg. So we are getting ready for the DeMond Chiropractic opening kickoff. DeMond Chiropractic, 75 years of chiropractic care, located in McGrann. Call Dr. DeMond. He'll get you straightened out, all the newest equipment and techniques to keep you off the operating table and up and active. That's DeMond Chiropractic.
Maddox Anderson out kicking off for Kiski.
So the DeMond Chiropractic opening kickoff fielded by the Riverhawks at about the 12-yard line. Picked up by Ian Olson, and he is tackled at the 25.
Ian Olson tackled by number 10, Davian Pope.
Kiski in the all white road uniforms, Armstrong in the flashy home royal blues with the orange pants. A staple in the Armstrong community, getting that blue and orange in the home uniforms. Here we go.
First play of the game, Olson in the shotgun to his right, Alex Patton. Olson holds, fires an out. Oh, and it goes through the hands of Jack Valasek at about the 33. So an incompletion on that play, but that ball on the money just through Valasek's hands right there.
And had plenty of time to get something going there. First play of the game. Of course, you want to get that first down right away and get off to a fast start. But one pass through the hands, that's nothing to deter him.
So Olson here on 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap. RPO, hands off to Alex Patton. Alex Patton steps out of a tackle. He's still on his feet and across the 40-yard line down around the 42. Strong run by Alex Patton for a first down. Riverhawks move the chains.
First down.
So quickly, Olson running tempo here. Gets up, team set at the line of scrimmage. Now he checks with the sideline. Now dropping back into that shotgun, Patton to his right. Olson takes the snap, fake handoff. Little quick screen toward Valasek. That throw was a little bit low, but I think it hit Valasek in the hands again. So Another incompletion here, 0 for 2 to start. Both targets to Jack Valasek, and first one definitely he got both hands on. That one right there, a little bit low around the shoe tops. Tough catch to make on the run.
The Kiski's defense definitely, I give them a lot of credit. I've given them a lot of credit throughout the year. Just always putting pressure on, no matter the situation.
Olsen pumps a couple of times, holds, trying to get away from the pressure. Oh, wrapped up high, and that's going to be a penalty. Big number 77 for the Cavaliers. Jack Kreider got his arm up around Olsen's throat and drug him down. Should be a horse collar tackle. On that particular play. Personal foul here. Well, they got it as a face mask. So that'll give the Riverhawks 15 there, and an unlucky break for Kiski because Kreider had the pressure. Olsen had pumped a couple of times, wasn't satisfied with what was open downfield, tried to maneuver, and Kreider got in there. He just, when you're a defender grabbing at anything, sometimes that arm goes high. Got a handful of mask right there, so the personal foul.
Yeah, Kreider's a scary dude to line up against for any offense. And anytime he gets to the backfield, it's always trouble. The only downside is sometimes he just gets that face mask, he gets that horse collar. Nothing he could do about it. He's just playing aggressive.
So now, Riverhawks across midfield, opening drive of the game. Olsen hands off. That's Jackson Chrisman, number 6. Chrisman makes a move, steps out of a tackle, and he is gone. Jackson Chrisman, 43-yard touchdown run. Wow, Jackson Chrisman shot out of a cannon right there.
Nice hole on his left side, and he was able to shake the last man in the back on the backfield there. He had great closing speed, but Chrisman able to shake the tackler off his leg. It's a tough man right there.
So Chrisman gets the Riverhawks on the board. 6-0, Hunter Reed lining up for the extra point. And that's a fake, so I couldn't actually see. Was that a bad snap?
A bad snap. It looked like it just skipped the turf right below Caden's hands there. He wasn't able to quite put the hold up. So unfortunate circumstance, but still 6-0. You have to be a glass half full kind of guy here.
My line of sight blocked by Big Dave Hartman's elbow right there. Dave hanging out the window, doing our filming tonight here on High Top Sports Network. So the Riverhawks open this game with a touchdown just a minute 9 seconds in. Jackson Chrisman from 43 yards out, I believe. Is it 43, Mason?
43, yep, 43 yards.
43 yards out.
The only other play would be a 16-yard pat and run and a 15-yard penalty given up by the Kiski defense. Quick work, as you'd expect.
Quick work indeed. You know, you don't think of getting a chance really in high school to have a playoff tune-up. And, you know, no offense to Kiski, they've battled hard this year despite the record. But the Riverhawks come in on really ever since that Aliquippa game when they went toe-to-toe with the Quips and said, hey, if we can go toe-to-toe with these guys, we can go toe-to-toe with anyone. And they got the bugaboo off their back last week at Highlands. Highlands had given them defeats the past 2 seasons, and they came out and just gave it to Highlands. And now, riding that momentum into this game against Kiski on senior night, my original point being that it kind of is a playoff tune-up. And Reed sends it away, fielded at about 7 by Dom Danino, who had 5 touchdowns last week. And Danino finds the sideline. Good return by Dom Danino out around the 35. And Danino 4 touchdowns on the ground and also returned an interception for a touchdown, Mason.
Yeah, so that's definitely a matchup to watch on Kiski's offense. Dom Danino, I'll talk about him on defense probably later on, but on the offensive end, that Heinley to Danino connection was spot on last week. And we'll see if this can continue on their high note, especially after a big win over Fox Chapel like that. It was a feel-good moment.
Well, Carson Heinley, the quarterback now, and a big handoff up the middle.
Connor Flem,
and he has come on of late. The past 3 weeks, Connor Flem really running the ball with authority for the Cavaliers.
It's what Kiski specializes in. The first down, they'll send the power runner right up the middle, try to get 5 or 6 yards, and then that opens up the playbook a little more. That Armstrong front seven has to stop that run by Flem or sometimes McBride. Also going to watch the jet sweep too by Simmons.
Good scouting report there, Mace. So here's the handoff again to Flem, stuck in the backfield. Jackson Chrisman, first one in. And Flem still able to fall forward. I mean, he was hit 3 yards in the backfield right there by Chrisman, but able to power forward. Really only a loss of 1 there on that handoff. We'd like to thank Armstrong Indoor Athletics. They were our extra point sponsor today. Didn't get to shout them out because Armstrong missed the extra point, but if you're looking for personalized baseball and softball training, look no further. Again, Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located in downtown Katanning. Here's the snap. Heinley gets it out, the southpaw, out to Danino, and Danino going to be close to first down yardage.
Heinley's pass is complete to number 4, Dominic Danino.
Looks like the official is standing just maybe a yard short there. Danino favored getting out of the sideline, avoiding the hit. But a very manageable third down.
3rd down and 1, and you got a running back the size of Connor Flem. I mean, listed 6'1", 220. He is a load for a high school linebacker or defensive lineman to try and tackle. I mean, it's kind of like Bettis territory right here. You hand it to the big boy and let him plow forward. Let's see what.
Heinen is up under center. Watch the sneak too.
Well, direct snap to Flem. He finds a hole on his feet, got the first down, and more bounces off a couple guys, and is finally tackled at the Armstrong 29-yard line.
First down, ball spotted at the 29-yard line.
So a good run there on 3rd and short by Connor Flem. Kiski moving the chains a little bit here against the Riverhawks in the early going.
Hey, keep riding with Flem here. 3 carries, 28 yards. He's got a 16-yard run and a 13-yard run.
Well, and also, you know, that quick little pitch out, basically an extension of the run game where Heinley hit Danino, but Danino was already in stride. Going to get a formation penalty here, maybe? Well, the Riverhawks are clapping, so most likely going against the Cavaliers here. False start there on Kiski area. So that'll push them back 5 yards to about the 34 of the Riverhawks. In motion, Dom Danino. And Heinley going to drop back fire. Got Danino over the middle. Nice leaping catch by Dom Danino, and he got a lot of that yardage. Got the penalty yardage back for sure, and probably about 7 more. Down around the 23-yard line, so a good pickup there, about 11 for the Cavaliers.
11 will be second down and 4.
Yeah, Danino is very dangerous in space, but that time he was more in the middle of the field, and that's something that the Cavaliers like to go with. They'll go for a guy running right through the middle. Not a lot of space there, but at the same point, it's a nice way to get 6 or 7 yards.
Finally, again to throw another quick one out to Danino. Hauled down by Kyan Klein by the jersey, but Danino across the 19-yard line. So a first down for the Cavaliers as they continue to move the chains on this good opening drive.
Josh, this is what I've been talking about. Anytime these two teams got together, it's been a few years now, but the seniors on both of these teams were freshmen the last time the two teams played, and it was a Kiski win. I'd imagine anytime you can get revenge for a loss like that, it was several years ago.
Handoff, Connor Flem. Up toward the line of scrimmage, hit, plows forward. Good run on first down by Connor Flem. Tackled by number 11, Dozik Zablocki, the leading tackler on this Riverhawks defense.
Yeah, obviously not the biggest rivalry anymore, but still a nice local rivalry that you want to think about it. Just it's kind of like it's about the same distance as Freeport, and then another local team. It's that end of the season matchup. You're gonna love it.
Well, another false start, it looks like right there, going against the Cavaliers. So another 5 yards, push it back, negating Flem's run on first down. So give the Cavaliers credit here in the opening quarter, holding on to the ball, moving it well. Good return by Danino. They've leaned on him heavily, he and Connor Flem. So a good start for the Cavaliers, looking to pick up their second win of the season. Really gave it to Fox Chapel last week, 50-plus points by the Cavaliers in that game. So Carson Heinley takes the snap, rolls out, fires, and there's Danino again, caught it in front of Zablocki, finds the middle of the field, nearly lost the ball right there, but able to secure it. Another first down around the 2. That's going to make it a 1st and goal for the Cavaliers. Another nice pitch and catch. Heinley to Danino. Down at the 4-yard line, excuse me. I said the 2 originally.
39 yards. Heinley to Danino. Total on the drive. 4 catches, 39 yards.
Well, Danino certainly having a great opening drive. Here's Flem. Tries to cut it back inside, but hauled down by number 5 for the Riverhawks, Isaiah Brown. Brown really a dual threat on this Armstrong team. A lot of tackles for loss and a lot of touchdowns caught through the air. Second and 4 here. Second and goal, of course, from the 4. That looked like Flem again. Couldn't see who hit him first. Dozik Zablocki going to get credit for that tackle.
A nice job by Armstrong here, anticipating just Kiski trying to sneak up the middle and just forming an absolute brick wall there. Only got 1 yard on the past 2 carries. Kiski might have to try something different if they want to tie this one up.
Direct snap to Flem. Looked like he had a hole there. Closed quickly, but second effort by Connor Flem. He falls across the goal line. And a touchdown for the Cavaliers to tie this one up. That's 6 apiece in the first quarter.
3-yard rushing touchdown.
So the Cavaliers answer the Riverhawks. Flem will be on to kick the extra point for the Cavaliers. Got a post in front of me. I got to look between windows through the coaching booth to see that one up. Boomed by Flem over the band. Short hops the fence. 7-6. Kiski leads. Here, 4:18 left in the fourth quarter. 4:21 actually. I should correct that. So scoring from inside the Ryan Bowser State Farm red zone. Where are the Cavaliers right there? Riverhawks scored their touchdown from outside the Ryan Bowser State Farm red zone. Like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there. Check them out in Ford City. Ryan Bowser SF.com. So Mason, a good start here for the Cavaliers. I mean, tough to stop that Riverhawks offense no matter who you are. But to answer the bell like that against a good Armstrong defense, That's got to be a lift in confidence for the Cavaliers.
Yes, Armstrong. Armstrong fans might look at it as a playoff tune-up, but as I said, Kiski's coming in with a little bit of an edge. They want to go give Armstrong their best game on the way out to wrap up the season. And I'm sure as the night wears on, the storyline might change. But as of right now, it's 7-6.
Well, that one bounces and it's fielded by Kai and Klein up across the 30-yard line. Still rolling forward to about the 33. So good starting field position for the Armstrong Riverhawks.
And Klein on the return, tackle number 40, Honor Jordan. 33. Our winner of the first quarter.
We are here in the Schaefer's HVAC broadcast booth at Armstrong Stadium on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night. Two great sponsors here throughout the regular season. Hopefully they'll be on board for the playoffs. Nice little shovel pass. Olsen's going to get a completion out of that to Klein. It's going to be about an 8-yard completion, and those are the easiest throws a quarterback's ever going to make right there, Mason.
barely touch the ball. It's touch and just it's like playing hot potato.
A little tappy.
Yeah, a little hot potato, but get 8 yards out of it.
Olsen dumps that one off to Klein. Got a wall of blockers out there. Klein spins out of a tackle, but finally brought down by the ankles. Number 8, Deshaun McBride with that saving tackle right there. Otherwise, Klein was going to get a nice big chunk of yardage. Well, the Riverhawks running the hurry up here. Olsen going to take a deep shot. They've been so good at this. And trying to get some separation was Ian Olsen. But that one just a little overthrown, kind of sailed on Caden more toward the sideline than I think he would have wanted it there, Mace.
Ian Olsen.
Yeah, I'm sure throughout the night that they'll hit that the Riverhawks will hit one of those. It's always a thing of beauty, just dropping one of those passes in on a dime.
Well, there's a nice throw by Olsen to Klein, and Klein's going to get enough for a first down. So Klein, the preferred target here in the early going, Mason. Oh, didn't get a first down right there. Spotted him a yard short, so 3rd and 1. Hand off to Patton, dancing his way through the hole. Oh, what a nice juke move by Patton. Still on his feet and brought down around the 13-yard line. What a shifty run there by the general, Alex Patton.
First down.
Riverhawks running that hurry up, lining up quickly again. Hand off again to Patton, but this time met by a couple of Kiski defenders. That was number 77, Jack Kreider was in there. I thought there was a 99, but I don't see a 99 on their team. Maybe 90? Not 100% sure, but second down. Riverhawks continuing to work quickly. Olsen fires. Oh, nice slant right off the hands of number 88, Connor Jacobs. Good coverage, though, by Kiski.
Yeah, that's one thing that Kiski brings is a nice test for Olsen on the pass. Kiski does defend a pass pretty well. The only time they're beat is when they have a man that beats them with their speed down the field. But those short passes are usually well guarded.
Now Olsen got a man, hits him in stride, taking a shot right there over the middle. Number 14, Chase Jablonski. And he gets down right around the 2-yard line. 1st and goal now from the 2. So the Riverhawks right down the field. Give credit to Jablonski for hanging on to that ball. He took a shot, Mace.
Just hard hitting. Hard hitting is no other words for it.
Well, Caden holds on to that one. Had the handoff in the gut of Alex Patton for as long as you possibly could. The Kiski defense bit toward Patton, and Olsen walks in for a touchdown. So a quick answer by the Riverhawks. 12-7 now. Armstrong on top. 2:09 left. First quarter on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night. So good at that, Mason. Just that run pass option play, and he holds it until he sees the defense shift one way or another, and then either lets it go or takes it himself. And that time, Olsen Could have moonwalked into the end zone. No one near him. Another low snap there on that extra point, but a flag. Well, a timeout called before the snap, apparently. So while we have a timeout on the field, let's take a timeout here to thank one of our great sponsors on High Top Sports Network. For Mason Flanagan and Dave Hartman, my name is Josh Reckengoss. We will be right back.
Sponsors, Good Tire Service, part of Mason Stick family, Fred Clark Senior family, BLX, Ronnie Kitchen and Bath, Ultra.
Hi, I'm Dr. DeMond, owner of DeMond Chiropractic. We've been open for over 75 years and continue to provide high-level chiropractic care here in Armstrong County. And we are here to help you live your best life through all-natural chiropractic care. Come and see us.
And welcome back to Armstrong Stadium. Josh Rettengust here with Mason Flanagan and Dave Hartman on High Top Sports Network. Remember, this game can also be seen on the Trib High School Sports Network, High Top Sports Network, an affiliate of the Trib HSSN. And you can see all of our playoff coverage of the Riverhawks and Yellow Jackets of Freeport on both our platforms and on the Trib High School Sports Network. So if you or someone you know is a local business owner interested in sponsoring our playoff coverage, reach out. 2-point attempt here. Olsen rolling to his right, throws. Oh, and falling down in the back of the end zone was Jacobs, I believe. And I mean, he was wide open, just not sure what happened. Tripped up a little bit, and Olsen threw it. It would have been right in his stomach had he been standing up, but Jacobs falling down in the back of the end zone. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So we had a low snap and Olsen being tackled on the first extra point attempt. And now that 2-point, no good, Mason.
Yeah, and had that timeout not been called when the ball was snapped late, I don't think that would have been good either. I'm not sure how well you saw it on your screen at home, but there was a low snap, and I believe it was Dom Simmons of Kiski was right there coming around the far edge. So some struggles on the extra point team for Kiski. I mean, not for Armstrong. We'll have to keep an eye on that story as the night rolls on. As now the defense has to come up big here.
Once again, you will only be eligible for these tickets if you are a season ticket holder. So think about grabbing those season tickets next year to be eligible.
Almost the whole way through one quarter, we get to have a defensive stop.
Yeah, good point there, Mason. 2:09 left first quarter. Riverhawks about to kick it off here. Hunter Reed back, number 23 for Armstrong, approaches the ball, sends it. Yeah, pretty good line drive kick, angling away from Danino. Now it hops back, picked up around the 7-yard line. Danino reverses course, hitting the back with Jackson Chrisman. That's a flag, and it's going to be Chrisman still made the tackle. It's pretty rare when you get blocked in the back that badly, and he kind of got blocked into the returner. So Jackson Chrisman says, thanks for the assist on the tackle, and thanks for the 15 yards on the flag. That was, did you see that, Dave? He got blocked in the back. Right into the returner, Danino. So Jackson Chrisman picking up a tackle, and now Kiski has to march back 5 yards. 2:03 left here, first quarter on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA Game Nights here on High Top Sports Network.
Is that 5 or 15 yards?
That's 15, personal foul.
Wow, so that's the 4th penalty on Kiski. A defensive penalty, 2 offensive, or 2 false starts, and now a special teams penalty. I have to get my calculator out to add up the yards here soon. Got 40 so far.
Finally, well, sets up the screen right there, cutting all the way back inside was Danino, but Chrisman, number 6 for the Riverhawks, another tackle for Jackson Chrisman. Gain of 2 for the Cavaliers on the play. 2nd and 8 from their own 12-yard line. Clock continuing to roll. Heinley in the shotgun has Connor Flem to his left. Heinley takes the snap, rolls to his left. Looking to throw on the run toward the Armstrong sideline. Coach Latanzio going to get on him about those hands. Went right through Coach Latanzio's hands right there. So next time I'm talking to him, I'm going to be like, hey, catch up here. No, don't let that into your shoulder pads, Coach, because that's what happened.
It was a good spot here for the Armstrong defense. So 3rd and 8 and down within the 20.
Yeah, it would be nice to get that first defensive stop of the quarter here if you're Armstrong. Heinley, good protection there by Kiski. Armstrong only rushing 4, it looked like. Heinley going to take off, push it forward, but he is going to be short of the yard to gain. So that'll force 4th down. Let us see what the Cavaliers do. Looks like they are sending on the punting unit. So first defensive stop comes with just under a minute left in the first quarter.
This now Armstrong can really put on the pressure. There's been several blocked punts against Kiski so far. A lot of great pressure from these Greater Allegheny teams.
40 seconds left here, first quarter. That one deflected, it looked like, at the line of scrimmage. I think an Armstrong player got a hand on that, but it still somehow rolls out across midfield. It was good pressure by the Riverhawks, and it came out of there so weird. It kind of looked like somebody got a hand on it right at the line of scrimmage. But a good break for Kiski as that ball rolls across midfield, and Armstrong will start at its own 48-yard line.
I wasn't sure. I didn't look down to check if that was Maddox Anderson or Connor Flem doing the punt. Anderson seems to kick more like that. You see the squib and the rolling kick. And Flem with a little bit of a stronger leg, you might see him try to kick further down the field with more air.
Well, that's Patton on the handoff right there from Olsen. Patton going to get about 3. Could be the last play of this first quarter. We'll see. The Riverhawks were running that hurry up at the end of the first, and Olsen, a little hand signaling to the sideline. Let's see. 5 seconds left. And Olsen will take the snap. So one last play. He's going to take a deep shot, looking for his brother Ian. Once again, that ball into Ian Olsen's hands for the touchdown. 49 yards, or excuse me. Yeah, that was a 49-yard touchdown pass.
A 49-yard touchdown.
Caden Olsen and Ian Olsen, brother to brother, hooking up once again for a 49-yard touchdown on the final play of the first quarter. Riverhawks tack on 6 more points.
What did I tell you, Josh? It wouldn't be long before that connection was made. It might not be the first try, but they're not going to mess that up 2 or 3 times.
Well, you're going to keep going back to it because we've seen how effective it's been all year long. Ian Olsen leading the team in catches and yards. Isaiah Brown leading in touchdown catches, but Ian Olsen tacks another one on right there. And the Riverhawks are up 19-7 as the first quarter comes to a close. And with that, we will take a moment to thank one of our great sponsors here on High Top Sports Network, Sprankle's Neighborhood Market. You're watching High Top Sports Network. This is the Richard G. Snyder YMCA Game Night.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. We're here tonight at the Richard G. Snyder YMCA. Steve-O.
Woo! Guys, that's right. It's $5 Sushi Wednesday.
Produce sale. Bananas. 45 cents a pound.
Pork turkeys. You know why we're doing pork turkeys? We're doing a fundraiser.
The meat keeps on rolling here at Sprankle.
You know what day it is today? It is Sushi Wednesday. $5 sushi rolls today.
We're getting inspired. Come on and help me #SaveMeat. And we're pumped up because We are less than 24 hours away from Camp Out for Community tomorrow.
Like and share, like and share.
So like and share, help spread the word. Just make sure you like and share. We can't do what we do without you.
Come and see us.
We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
Can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
And welcome back to Armstrong Stadium, High Top Sports Network's presentation of WPIAL Class 4A Greater Allegheny Conference Football. Armstrong Riverhawks strike at the end of the first quarter. Caden Olson, a 49-yard touchdown heave to his brother Ian on the final play of the first quarter. So the Riverhawks kicking off here, first play of the second quarter. That ball from Hunter Reed hops between both returners, Danino and number 11, Dominic Simmons, and into the end zone for a touchback. Mason, your thoughts on that first quarter? I thought Kiski looked good on their scoring drive, but Riverhawks offense, just a machine.
Oh, of course. Armstrong, that's an offense that's almost impossible to stop within the 4A. But, Kiski surprising everybody and just matching them on that first drive. Then the second time, they were pinned deep, couldn't get anywhere. The Armstrong defense now getting their roots out, but we'll have to see. Kiski has a little bit more room to work this time, but can the defense hold up to what they're expected to do?
Well, Connor Flem trying his best to get the Cavaliers back in. It takes 5 Riverhawks to bring Flem to the turf, but not after he picks up a nice gain out to the 40-yard line, 41-yard line. So a good start to this drive for Kiski.
If Flem can keep getting those nice holes and nice runs up the middle, then we've got an actual ball game on our hands here, Josh.
First and 10, Carson Heinley in the backfield, got Flem to his right. And another handoff to Connor Flem, steps over a man, pushes forward for another 10-yard gain. Connor Flem, it's like trying to tackle a small car out there.
The 6'1", I believe 220, 225 was the weight I had listed on Flem. Yeah, 220. Maybe we can round up to 225 with the pads on.
Well, Connor Flem, there's no easy way to tackle him. If you go up top on him, he's just going to push you forward.
You got to take out the feet.
Got to grab those ankles.
Stop the runner's feet.
But he showed real good footwork right there. Now direct snap to Flem, but a flag. So this was a first and 10. And that's going to push Kiski back 5 yards. So one thing that Kiski has not done well is what did you say? They got 40 yards in that first quarter?
40 yards of penalties combined, but this is the third false start.
So those formation penalties getting the best of Kiski now. Heinley back in there in the shotgun. A little more of a pistol formation, I guess. Flem a little bit behind him, takes the handoff. Diving attempt by Chrisman, misses. And Flem gets back up right around the original line of scrimmage. There's a blocky on the turf, getting up slowly. And the officials stop play for a moment as Dozick Zablocki comes off the field. The way he's kind of flexing that right arm, maybe a stinger. It doesn't look like, if it's just hanging dead, that's when you have a problem. But he was flexing his fist a little bit right there, so maybe just a stinger for Zablocki. Hopefully he's all right. The real heart and soul of that Armstrong defense.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye on him from up here. It doesn't look like anything too serious, but not good seeing a senior go down like that.
Oh, Heinley. Oh, hold in by Danino, and he splits the D, and Dom Danino is gone. Wow, what a snag. That is all hands by Dom Danino going over the middle in traffic, snagged it, and as soon as he split those safeties, Mason, he was gone.
Yeah, that's the dangerous thing. I said it earlier. You give Dom Danino space, that's just as threatening as any of Armstrong's receivers. The dude's an athlete. He just had just enough there to split them. Great speed.
I'll tell you what, Heinley threw that to a spot, and Janino came in and it was all hands. I mean, it was out in front of him on the run, all hands. What a nice catch by Janino, and then just turned on the jets, split the Armstrong safeties, and scored a nice touchdown run, or a nice touchdown reception there. So Kiski coming to play tonight, as you said, Mason, playing with house money. Really, all they've got to lose is the game. And why not go out there and put it all on the line,
It's a team that's gotten more and more confident throughout the season, and they're coming in on with a little bit of fuel in their fire. Beating Fox Chapel last week, we got one more game. It's just a question if their defense can hold the Riverhawks down just enough to continue keeping this a very tight and competitive ball game.
And the Dairy Queen, our platinum sponsors. We'd like to thank our gold sponsors.
So 19-13, Caden Olsen going to get a chance to come back on the field here. What we saw last time is what we've seen many times this year. Olsen dialing up the long ball to his younger brother Ian for a 49-yard touchdown, but Connor Flem leading the charge for the Cavaliers right back down the field, and then Danino, Heinley to Danino, hit the big play after Flem had softened up the Armstrong front a little bit. And that kick was a bit short. I think Jablonski is who came up with it. Not 100% sure, but Riverhawks will have good starting field position.
Spotted at the 36-yard line of Armstrong.
Riverhawks take over on their own 36-yard line.
Olsen 4 completions, 68 yards at the start of this drive.
And a handoff here to Patton. Runs into a couple of his own blockers, a couple of Kiski defenders. Patton just straight up the middle is going to pick up 3. Make it a 2nd and 7 here from the Riverhawks 39-yard line. Olsen keeps it, going to throw. That one perfectly just thrown to Isaiah Brown. Brown just throws 2 guys to the ground, stepped out of bounds, but that is how strong Isaiah Brown is. It's just like, get off me. It's like playing with your little brothers. Brown, I mean, he is big and strong, and right there, just throwing 2 tacklers to the ground. If he doesn't step out, I mean, he's able to turn that one up the sideline for a big gainer.
Oh, yeah. If he wasn't just pushed out, I don't think he was pushed out. I think he accidentally stepped out.
Yeah, that's what I think, too. It looked like he just stepped on the line in the midst of throwing defenders. Well, Patton going to move the chains there on that 3rd and short. So the Riverhawks, another first down. 8:50 to go here first half on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night on High Top Sports Network, senior night here at Armstrong. Caden Olsen, senior quarterback, 3-year starter for these Riverhawks. Just another monster season for the Armstrong quarterback. Handoff to Patton. Pushes his own man forward, pushes a Kiski man forward. It gets about close to another 3.5 yards.
3, 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7. Here for the Riverhawks. Olsen getting a call from the sideline. Riverhawks take their time. Olsen keeps it. One of those wide receiver screens to Isaiah Brown. Gets some blocking. Plows through another man. And rolls forward across the 40-yard line. Boy, Danino trying to... Well, I thought that was Danino. He came over a little bit late, but I think they were... Number 15, Terry Martin, trying to take on Isaiah Brown. And Martin, he's no slouch. 6'3", 185, but Isaiah Brown about 6'5", 220. That's a tough matchup to take on right there. I think that penalty is going to go against the Riverhawks here. False start against Armstrong.
It's the first penalty called against the blue and orange tonight.
So 1st and 15, Olsen takes the snap. Fires over the middle, had a man. That was Kyan Klein, and again, maybe just a little too much heat on that ball from Caden Olsen. I mean, no one near Klein in the middle of that field. Maybe take a little something off that one, because that went, I mean, again, perfectly on the money. It went right through Klein's hands, but maybe a little less zip there, and Olsen gets a completion.
You definitely had to have some zip, though, to get it over the head of Connor Flem, who was in coverage. But at the same time, I want to mention that was, it seems like Olsen really isn't throwing to the middle of the field as much. We know he loves throwing to the go routes down the sideline.
Well, there's another one to Isaiah Brown, and Brown just going to push Terry Martin forward for a couple more yards, close to a first down for the Riverhawks. That one spotted, looks like at about the 32. So that's going to make it a 3rd and 2 for the Riverhawks. Olsen. Oh, he's going to keep it himself. Gets a block from Patton. Olsen up the middle. And he slides forward down around the 12-yard line. What a block by Alex Patton to open up that huge running lane for Olsen. And I'll tell you what, maybe Olsen learning a little bit. Veteran move right there. Slides down. Didn't take on the contact, as we've seen him do so many times in the past. Olsen content with the first down and a long gain. His team inside the Ryan Bowser State Farm red zone.
Yeah, I could have said whatever I want about Olsen not throwing to the middle of the field. That doesn't mean anything. As long as you get the first down to continue drives, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Riverhawks inside the Ryan Bowser State Farm red zone, and we have a timeout taken.
Second timeout.
Riverhawks second timeout. You can call Ryan Bowser State Farm at 724-763-9331 or visit him online, ryanbowsersf.com today. Ryan is located at 1422 Fifth Avenue in Ford City, and he'll help you cover all your bases with State Farm's vast selection of insurance products. They got everything down there, Mason. Homeowners, pet insurance. Insure your valuables like sports collectibles, jewelry, things that may not be covered under your homeowner's insurance policy. Ryan and his staff can help you with all of your insurance needs. RyanBowserSF.com, 724-763-9331.
So far this drive, it's been a lot of Olsen. 3 connections to Isaiah Brown, 25 yards there, and then the big 20-yard run to get this, to convert on the 3rd and short, and put him in the, of course, Ryan Bowser red zone.
Now Olsen fires, and that was nearly picked off.
Looking for a flag.
Well, it might be an offensive pass interference right there on Isaiah Brown. He and Terry Martin, number 15, doing battle down there in the end zone, and I'm not sure what the flag will be here. A lot of hand fighting and a lot of contact down there between Martin and Brown.
Yeah, Martin, as soon as he got up from the turf, he was grabbing his face mask, just looking at the officials. It was a yellow flag, a yellow piece of laundry down on the field.
Well,
right away.
Coach Sam Albert all the way out on the field trying to get an explanation. A lengthy conversation here between the officials and Kiski area head coach Sam Albert. And coming back toward the middle of the field. The officials deciding what the call might be. Everybody talking to everybody out here. Everybody's going to find out.
I find it interesting. Brown is out away from everybody near the Armstrong sideline. You see him on your screen down, standing on top of the 20. Pretty isolated.
Congratulations, Tony. Don't forget we
And back to the Kiski sideline. So why not thank one of our great sponsors here on High Top Sports Network, Sprankle's Neighborhood Market.
right here at the
They are our scoreboard sponsor. You know the name, you know the hashtag, but do you really know Sprankle's Neighborhood Market? With 3 locations in Katanning, Leechburg, and Saxonburg, Sprankle's has several ways to serve you. Not only do they have a top-tier meat selection, Sprankle's offers handmade sushi and boasts a deli that is chock full of the best meats and cheeses around. And if you're in a hurry, you can breeze through the store and out the door with their newly installed self-checkout registers. Who said going to the grocery store was boring? Stop into Sprankle's today and put the fun into food shopping. Also, Pennsylvania. Games of skill there to maybe add even a little bit more fun to your trip to Sprankle's Neighborhood Market. So now Olsen, head and shoulders fake under pressure. He's brought down and sacked. Number 6, Luke Emmerling. Big sack there by Kiski. That's going to make it 3rd and very long.
Yeah, that big hole opened up. Olsen had his eyes just out of focus, and Emmerling, along with 2 or 3 other Cavaliers, just came flying over the line of scrimmage. There was no opportunity there. Big loss. Third and 20.
3rd and 20 indeed, Mason. Olsen got protection. He finds Brown all alone. Brown just pushing forward, walks out of a tackle, and Isaiah Brown just going bully ball right there, Mason. Pushing Martin out of the way. Excuse me, sir, I have an end zone to visit. Isaiah Brown with a touchdown.
Wow, that speaks to the strength there. It's not even a stiff arm. It's just
he just pushed him out of the way. He's like, no, you're blocking my path here. So Isaiah Brown playing that bully ball. And a big touchdown for the Riverhawks. Hunter Reed boots it through, up and good, 26-14. Armstrong leads here on senior night. This Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night on High Top Sports Network. High Top Sports Network, also an affiliate of the Trib High School Sports Network. Look for us anywhere, all over. If you're an athlete looking for the best in personalized training to help you dominate your sport, look no further than the Richard G. Snyder YMCA in Katanning. The Y offers advanced equipment and techniques to help you reach the top of your game. Check out the newly remodeled Annex, complete with turf, a golf simulator that features some of the best courses in the world like Pebble Beach and St. Andrews, and plenty of new equipment which will help you maximize your potential and reach your fitness goals. Check out the Y and their virtual fitness portal at rgsymca.org. Give them a call, 724-545-9622, or stop in and see them today, 1150 North Water Street in Katanning. Appreciate the YMCA and their extremely generous support this football season. And I am a member of the YMCA. Play hoops down there, old man hoops. It's old man hoops. Not going to say that this is like me going against the Young Bucks, but
staying active.
Staying active. Love the YMCA and all the great staff down there. And the kickoff taken by Simmons, smacked by number 35 for the Riverhawks, Nick McNeely. He took a big chunk of Simmons right there.
That slight little bit of hesitation, thinking about trying to juke the other way, but he wasn't fooling anybody. He faked. You think about going right, then you think about going left, and then you meet the turf.
Yeah.
Hesitated, I don't know, half a second too long.
So Kiski area will once again try to answer the Riverhawks touchdown. Handoff. No, kept by Heinley. That one fooled me. Heinley's got some room. And wrapped up by Brown and finally taken down by the Riverhawks, but not before a pickup of about 26 yards there by Carson Heinley.
Yeah, that's how,
That's going to be
that's a quarterback putting it all on the line there. Get hit, he can put on the Jets just as well as anybody else. And
Well, a great fake. I mean, he had me completely fooled, which isn't hard to do. You know, I'm not the brightest, but it was a heck of a fake by Heinley, and it opened up a lane for him, you know, as the Riverhawks thought that was going to be a handoff to Flem. Why wouldn't it be? Flem's been running the ball extremely efficiently. But Heinley wisely kept it himself right there, turned it into a 27-yard run, excuse me. Now turn around. Oh, bobbled a little bit there by Flem, but he regains his possession and falls forward for about 8 yards. So Connor Flem having a nice first half here for the Cavaliers.
It definitely seems like Flem is really dominating on his left side. So on that far side, it seems like he's always going out there. Another nice 7-yard run there. That puts him at 80 on 11 carries.
Wow, not bad. Just under 8 yards a carry. So that's a pretty solid number. Any running back would enjoy. Cavaliers down by 12. Here, about 4:15 left. First half. We are in the Schaefer's HVAC broadcast booth here at Armstrong Stadium. That ball tossed toward the far sideline, and Danino up for a leaping catch. So another nice connection between Carson Heinley, and Dom Danino.
Ian Olsen is going to go for a Kiski first down.
So Cavaliers moving the ball well here in this first half. I mean, they really have no answer for Caden Olsen and the offense of Armstrong, but they're doing a good job against a very stout defense. An Armstrong defense that held, Hampton down, held Aliquippa down. And Flem not going to get much there on that first down carry as we wind under 3 minutes, 30 seconds to play in this first half.
Yeah, we were just talking about Dom Danino. 7 catches, all 7 of quarterback Heinley's completions, 104 yards.
Well, Heinley having a pretty good first half as well.
Right there, dueling with Olsen.
Heinley in the pocket, good protection, rolls out. Going to take off now, cuts it back, but grabbed by number 72, Cam Wolf for the Riverhawks. So
Finally, the ball carrier knocked out by number 76, Hutchins.
Well, they're going to say that number 76, Donovan Hutchins, was in there, but I thought Wolf had gotten to him first.
Third down and 7.
So 3rd and 7 here for the Cavaliers.
Here's a big third down that could really define this game. Another defensive stop for Armstrong really sets a tone.
Well, they're not going to get a stop on this one as Flem shows that good footwork, finds his way outside. They are going to move the chains, are the Cavaliers. I mean, I think they're going to move the chains. Yep, they are. It just took a minute.
We'll be announcing the 50-50 at the next break in action. So have your 50-50 tickets ready. Worth $845.
Plenty of time to work with here for the Cavaliers to punch one more in.
Heinley keeps it. Oh, man, Kyan Klein wasn't even looking at that ball. He had his head up. That's a pick six. Easy, but Kyan Klein zeroed in on the wide receiver, and that ball passed right in front of his helmet.
You think you're going to get a nice big hit on the screenplay.
Yeah.
Instead, you just...
Oh, you got to be looking for the ball, though. I mean, that went right in front of Kyan Klein's face mask, and I mean, he's obviously a wide receiver on this team, has good hands. I mean, he snags that one right there. He's already got, he's basically running full speed.
I doubt there's anybody that catches him. There's nobody out on that far side.
So a big break right there for the Cavaliers, 2nd and 10. And tackled. Isaiah Brown brings down Connor Flem.
And Brown and Zablocki, really the main matchup against Connor Flem, who's ran the ball well all night. Only 1 yard again there.
Well, as you can see, Dozic Zablocki back on the field. He's been back out there after coming off with what looked to be just a stinger for a couple of plays.
It's a chilly night, so of course those hits are gonna sting a little more.
Yeah, he's one of the toughest kids you'll see, though. I've seen him take some shots and get right back up. That ball thrown well by Heinley. It had Kyan Klein turned around. He was looking for Danino in the corner, the back corner of that end zone, but just a little bit too long there on that throw by Carson Heinley. But you saw Klein, he got turned around, and Danino was behind him. That ball's maybe a yard shorter. That might be another touchdown for the Cavaliers. So 4th and 9 here. And you know the Riverhawks, they'll be using whatever time is left if they're able to get a stop right here. I mean, they ran a play on the final play of the first quarter and hit a 49-yard touchdown. So I don't think head coach Frank Fabian is satisfied with just 26 points on the board. So if Riverhawks force a turnover on downs here, they'll surely be aggressive, and there's going to be a timeout called by Kiski area. And while we have a timeout on the field, let's thank one of our awesome sponsors here on High Top Sports Network. For Mason Flanagan, my name is Josh Reckengoss. We'll be right back.
Shop and Save at Franklin Village is a family-owned, community-dedicated supermarket with a wide variety of quality food and friendly personnel to make your shopping experience easy. Stop by their award-winning butcher shop where you'll find the freshest cuts of USDA-inspected beef, pork, and poultry. Head to the bakery for the freshest bread and rolls, and don't forget to stop by the deli for an excellent selection of cold cuts, meats, cheeses, and prepared foods like their fantastic fried chicken. That's Shop and Save at Franklin Village.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. This evening's presentation, WPIAL Class 4A Greater Allegheny Conference Varsity Football, the regular season finale for the 8-1 Armstrong Riverhawks and the 1-8 Kiski area Cavaliers. We've got ourselves a game. Kiski looking at a 4th and 9 here, 1:14 left first half. Heinley rolls to his left. He's going to throw that one. Goes up in the air and going to be out of bounds. As Heinley was under pressure right there from Jackson Chrisman.
That will be a turnover on downs.
So a turnover on downs here, and you know the Riverhawks can eat up this kind of yardage. I mean, they're 79 yards away from the Kiski goal line, but see them eat up chunks of yardage in very small amounts of time. So would not be entirely surprised right now if Armstrong head coach Frank Fabian deals up some long shots. You saw the success that Isaiah Brown had on that last drive with about those 15-yard curls and just turn around, get the ball, and push whoever's in front of him out of the way, as he did to Terry Martin on the way to a score on the Riverhawks' last possession. 1:11 left here first half on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night. Olsen waits, fires. Brown had fallen down but gets back up, and a good tackle there by Martin. And Brown had kind of slipped a little bit, got his balance, came back. That ball was right on him. Didn't really have the amount of time to turn around and face Martin as he had on the previous couple of plays.
Yeah, it's probably the only time that Terry Martin's beaten Isaiah Brown in the look at this as of recent. Definitely a matchup that we want to keep our eyes on is the last drive that was, I'll have to do 25 plus 22.
That's 47.
47 yards. Just
Quick
put on
math.
Terry Martin. Quick math.
Olsen. He's wrapped up at the ankles and brought down. That was number 8 for the Cavaliers, Deshaun McBride. He's made a couple of plays in the Armstrong backfield, so that's going to bring up, looks like about a 3rd and 11 for Olsen and the Riverhawks. So Surely Coach Fabian going to see what happens on this particular play. They got to get one off as the game clock is at 30 seconds, play clock at 15. Riverhawks only one timeout left. Kiski with 2, but Cavaliers electing not to use them. And Olsen will not snap the ball. I mean, what do we got here? Timeout? Well, they call their third and final timeout with 13 seconds left on the clock. And while we have a timeout on the field, let's take a timeout. Thank one of our great sponsors here on High Top Sports Network, Steffi's Country Catering.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
And welcome back to Armstrong Stadium here on High Top Sports Network. And that is Alex Patton up the middle. That should be the final play of the first half, and it is as the teams head to the locker room. Armstrong on top, 26-14. And I'll tell you what, Mason, I have been impressed with what Kiski has done in this first half. As we mentioned a couple of times, very, very tough to stop the Armstrong offense. But Kiski going toe-to-toe, their offensive line against Armstrong's defensive line. And a good first half offensively for the Cavaliers.
Oh, of course, and there's still a lot of game left, even though it's a 12-point difference. Really, this could be a whole different. If Kiski will receive the second half kickoff, and if there's a drive there, it could really set a tone. A drive and a defensive stop, the first defensive stop that Kiski would force. That changes everything there. As we get ready for our halftime coverage here, that would change everything, because then it would just be one touchdown away from taking over a lead against the high-powered Armstrong Riverhawks.
Well, you got that right. Caden Olsen, obviously a good first half for him.
If we want to do stats now, I'll rattle them off.
Yeah, go for it while the band gets set up here. Kiski Area Marching Band, one of the best you're going to see. So let's rattle off those stats while the Cavaliers Marching Band gets set up.
We'll hurry up here before the Big K takes the field. We'll talk about Kiski first. It all started with a running back, Flem, who had 14 carries and 90 yards and a touchdown on the 3-yard run. And then on the quarterback side, Carson Heinley, he's connected with Dom Danino 7 times, 104 yards through the air. The Flem 3-yard run and a 50-yard Danino touchdown on your scores. Penalties hurt the Cavaliers as well. A defensive penalty, 3 false starts, and a special teams penalty. That gives 45 yards in penalties committed by the Cavaliers. We'll run quickly here through the Armstrong stats. On the ground, Alex Patton, 54 yards. He's been a consistent workhorse for 8 carries. Caden Olsen has 21 yards, a 1-yard quarterback keeper. Armstrong's second touchdown of the game. But Chrisman, he got scoring, started with a 43-yard run back in the first quarter. Quarterback Olsen, he's completed 9 passes for 119 yards. And most recently, we had 51 of those 119 yards to the lead receiver, Isaiah Brown, who was just an absolute bully on that last drive.
Indeed, he was. So the Kiski Area Marching Band about to take, well, they've already taken the field, of course, but they're about to get started. So Mason and I are going to put our mics out the window. You can enjoy the bands here at halftime. This halftime brought to you by the Richard G. Snyder YMCA.
To compete against 100 bands from all over the country, the Bands of America Grand National Championships. We will be having a send-off performance for the band on the evening of November 9th. If anybody would love to come down at 8:30, we would love to see you.
And Mason and I will join you once the halftime festivities are completed. This is Josh Reckengast on High Top Sports Network for Mason Flanagan and Dave Hartman. We'll be back at the end of halftime.
Now, without further ado, performing movements 2 and 3 from their award-winning show entitled Corners of My Mind, the Kiski Area High School Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kiski Area High School Marching Band. On behalf of the entire Kiski Area Marching Band staff and boosters, we thank you for watching this evening and have a great night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2022 Armstrong Riverhawks Marching Band Halftime Show. Tonight, for your listening and viewing pleasure, the Armstrong Riverhawks Marching Band will bring you this year's halftime show, Memories in Black and White. Featuring My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade, Muse's Uprising, and Fall Out Boy's Thanks for the Memories. The band is under the student leadership of drum majors Emma Lindahl and Natalie Claypool, drum captains David Latanzio and Matthew McClafferty, and guard section leader Onyx Taylor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show this evening as the Armstrong Riverhawks Marching Band appears to be ready for their halftime performance. Drum majors Emma Lindahl and Natalie Claypool, is your band ready? Armstrong Riverhawks Marching Band, the field is yours for performance. Up next, we feature our garden drumline as the band performs Muse's Uprising, the lead single from their 2009 album, The Resistance. Before we close our halftime show this evening, the Armstrong Riverhawks Marching Band staff, members, and boosters would like to thank our seniors: Autumn Calhoun on bass drum, Xander Daniel on trombone, Brody Grimm on saxophone, Emma Lindahl, drum major, Dylan McCorkle on saxophone, Julia Miller, guard, Gabe Nanny, trombone, Eric Quinn on clarinet, Eliza Smith on mallets, and Onyx Taylor, guard. We'd like to thank you for your commitment to our program the last 4 years and wish you nothing but best of luck in your future endeavors. To close our halftime show this evening, we go back to the year 2007 as the band closes their halftime show with Fall Out Boy's hit, Thanks for the Memories. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Armstrong Riverhawks Marching Band. The Armstrong Riverhawks Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Jason Vaneski, Assistant Director Mrs. Melissa Vaneski, Guard Instructors Mrs. Sarah Smith and Mrs. Courtney Eiler, Drumline Instructor Mr. Rob Reams, Marching Instructor Mr. Jason Dakota, Woodwind Instructor Mr. Charlene Dakota, Brass Instructor Mr. Lee Rybar, and Marching Instructor and the voice of the Riverhawks Marching Band, Mr. Jay Canish. This year's halftime drill was assigned by Mr. Robert Harris. Also, Brody Grimm was another member of the senior class. Congratulations to him as well. He was on the saxophone this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the Armstrong Riverhawks Marching Band would like to thank you for your kind attentiveness this evening. Go Hawks!
Oh, I messed up. Oh. Hey, we got your, yeah, Eric? Yeah, Dave just got that for you. Yeah, there we go. I like it, I like it.
And welcome back to Armstrong Stadium. Halftime now concluded. An extended halftime here with a double dip of two very good marching bands. Kiski area marching band, excellent performance, as well as the Armstrong Riverhawks marching band. It's a great part of Friday night football an integral part of Friday Night Football. You got to have the bands out there. Riverhawks up 26-14 here as we get ready to start the second half of this regular season finale. Riverhawks and the visiting Kiski area Cavaliers.
Kiski will receive the second half kickoff. They deferred after winning the coin toss. So the Riverhawks got their opening kickoff and got the opening kickoff. They were able to score on their first drive. Kiski played it right back and made it 7-6. And then after that, the Riverhawks were able to double down with an Olsen 1-yard keeper, making it 12-7 while Kiski had to punt. Then be back and forth since then. Kiski hit a 50-yard Dom Danino touchdown to make it 19-14. But then Isaiah Brown with a 22-yard touchdown where it was an absolute bully. Pushed his defender out of the way and waltzed into the end zone. Is how we got here, 26-14. With the Riverhawks taking the field to kick off to the Cavaliers. We'll have to watch if the Cavalier offense can continue to work their magic against the Armstrong defensive line, getting some great runs to complement the connection between Heinley and Dom Danino.
And here's the opening boot of the second half. Simmons, had some trouble with it. Just going to have to fall on top of it at the 23-yard line. So that is where Kiski will start this second half. So right now, Kiski looking for that opening score here in the second half, and that would make it a one-score game. Kiski has been able to move the ball up and down the field pretty regularly and effectively against this Riverhawks defense. So let's see what adjustments each team has made. Connor Flem falls forward for about a yard. Flem, what did he have in that first half? Around 80 yards?
90 yards 90. On 14 carries. Doesn't look like he got anything there. Second down and 10.
Well, the Cavaliers taking their time between plays. About 25 seconds have already run off the play clock here, down to 15. Heinley takes the snap. He's going to straight run it down the far sideline, and he's got a long gainer. Connor Jacobs is only man to beat, and he deked Connor Jacobs right there, but catching up to him and making the tackle was number 53, Will Adams, and that was just a design sweep right there for Heinley. Lined all the wide receivers up to the right side, took the snap, went left all the way to that far sideline, and didn't get touched until Adams was able to bring him down after a very long gain all the way to the Riverhawks 23-yard line.
So he had a 27-yard run back in the second quarter. If you remember that proves that he has the legs. Getting that outside edge.
So that's a little drop to Danino right there, and trying to keep him off the sideline was Ian Olsen, but a good move by Danino to stop Ian Olsen. Had to respect the cutback right there, and then was able to push it forward for maybe 2 more yards. Looks like a gain of about 5 there for Dom Danino.
Officially a 50-yard run for Heinley there, if my math stands correct.
I'm sure it does.
Within a yard or two, always.
Lining up on the ball here are Cavaliers. 2nd and 5. Up, and the whistle before the play, flag dropped by the near side line judge. False start signaled going against the Cavaliers. 5-yard penalty against Kiski area. Push them back to the 33-yard line. Oh, excuse me. Thought the penalty had yet to be enforced. That was a mistake. So they get pushed back to the 27-yard line from the 22. So 2nd and 10 here. Cavaliers. Heinley in the pistol. Had Flem behind him. Decent protection. Rolls out to his left. And now the Riverhawks swallow him up and tackle him for a sack. Number 66, Aiden Smith with the sack. Big Aiden Smith, 6'10", or 6'10", 6'2", 320-pound senior. That'd be pretty wild if he was 6'10". I think he would stand out even more than he does, but 320 pounds. Now the big man going to get a breather after that sack. So now 3rd and 19, and what was promising field position for the Cavaliers. They're going to need a big pickup here on 3rd down to keep this drive alive. Heinley drops back, and it's picked off by Jackson Chrisman, trying to float it to Danino. Chrisman read that perfectly, just stood his ground. I don't think Heinley ever saw it, Mason.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate end for Kiski. It starts with the penalties, then the sack, and then just trying to make something out of a failing drive. You found Chrisman.
Yeah, Chrisman just dropped. He was lined up on the line of scrimmage, basically just dropped 2 steps and stood up. And Danino came into his area. Heinley just getting rid of that ball on a design play, a little dump off screen. And Chrisman was standing right there. Takes it away on the interception. So now Olsen and the Riverhawks take over. Handoff to Alex Patton. Gets back. Excuse me, that was Kyan Klein on the jet sweep. Brought down and maybe gained about a foot right there. Not much, Mason, on that 1st down sweep to Kyan Klein. Now Klein coming to line up down near this sideline, split out wide. Olsen has 5 wide receivers. Nobody in the backfield. 2nd and 10, Riverhawks. From the 39, their own 39, Olsen drops back, surveys, under some pressure, under a whole lot of pressure, and finally brought down Jack Kreider. He has been a force for the Cavaliers in the backfield more often than not, and a sack right there for Kreider. That line just couldn't hold up against Kreider. You gotta be doubling him every play, and he can still beat them. High snap here. Olsen going to fire long down the field, and that's overthrown. Isaiah Brown bracketed, basically triple covered. So that's going to bring up a 4th down at 20 for the Riverhawks.
Yeah, you had the one lone safety, Dom Danino, back there rolling over to help cover in case Brown was targeted.
So give credit to the Cavaliers right there after their drive stalled with the interception, forcing a quick 3-and-out of the Riverhawks. A big sack by Kreider, the key play on that offensive possession for Armstrong. Chrisman hits a line drive punt that's going to bounce right to Danino. He takes it at the 35-yard line, coming near side. It's going to be over the 50 and get a pretty decent return. So the Cavaliers will start in Armstrong territory after that decent, more than decent return by Danino, about a 20-yarder, almost a 20-yard return, just about exactly for Dom Danino. So good field position for the Cavaliers.
If you're Kiski trying to keep this game as competitive as it has been, this is your drive right here. after an unfortunate stop there, he couldn't get anything out of Heinley's 50-yard run. Now with great field position, you got to put points on the board.
So Heinley, after that interception, not in the backfield. That was a direct snap to Connor Flem. And Flem will push forward for 3 yards there.
I'll give credit to Armstrong covering Flem a lot more. I see, let's see, 1, 2, 4 times he carried for over 10 yards, and there's some 6, 7, 8-yard runs in there as well. They're not letting him get that big hole and just blast down the field.
2nd and 7 here. Cavaliers in Armstrong territory, trying to cut this to a 1-score game. Handoff to Flem. Oh, and he smacked and dropped. And once again, making a play. Tackle for loss. Aiden Smith had that sack on the previous possession. Aiden Smith, a load in there. 6'2", 320. Eating up that A-gap. I'll tell you what. I mean, Smith's, he's getting subbed out, but he's made his presence felt here in the second half. 2 big plays on the defensive side of the ball for the Riverhawks. A sack and a big stop right there. Tackle for a loss of 3. So 3rd and 8, Cavaliers. Heinley looking toward the sideline, and Simmons was covered by Jack Valasek. And that pass too long for Dominic Simmons. So that'll bring up a 4th down for Kiski now. So after 40 points combined in the first half there, we've seen 3 4th downs already here in the 3rd quarter.
A nice defensive show where we went from neither team being able to stop a drive to now that's all we see. Both teams adjusting well at the half. Who will find the end zone first? And that could be the whole difference of this game. It could be the nail in the coffin, or it could be a start of something completely different.
And here's the punt away. Back to receive. That was Olsen, and they're going to let it roll. Takes a Kiski roll, and it's down around the Armstrong 6. Downed by Luke Emmerling. So, while we have a chance here between possessions, let's thank our broadcast booth sponsor this evening, Schaefer's HVAC. Since 1973, Schaefer's HVAC Incorporated in Katanning has been a leader in heating and cooling solutions and serves thousands of families and businesses in Armstrong, Allegheny, Butler, Indiana, and Westmoreland County. Schaefer's offers warranties. They're fully licensed and insured, and they provide emergency service if you should ever need it. Call Schaefer's HVAC 724-543-2615 for your free in-home estimate today. First play of this Riverhawks possession is a carry by Alex Patton. And Patton, a pretty decent gain there on 1st down. Looks to be about a 2nd and 3, 7-yard gain for Patton. Olsen takes a snap. Another handoff to Patton, but he's met immediately and tackled by number 86 for the Cavaliers. Don't have that on my roster. Is it 86? Looked like an 86. Definitely is an 86. And I don't have one of those on my roster, so apologies to that young man. Mason Caldwell. All right, thanks. Appreciate it, guys down there. Greg Hedgeland, Bruce Bailey, passing me the information. And a good run there. That was Patton again, and he's up over the chains, up over the yard to gain to move the chains, excuse me. So Riverhawks out of the shadow of their own end zone there after that good punt by Kiski to down them inside the 10-yard line. Olsen, fresh set of downs. Doesn't hand it off, rolls out to his right. Fakes the throw, and he's got some room. Olsen will walk out of bounds after a gain of about 12 yards on first down. What a pump fake right there. You know, faking that throw on the move, got the defender to leave his feet, and then Olsen just up the sideline, stepped out after he knew he had the first down. Good gain.
Yeah, that fake, I don't know. I don't have the best angle, but it looked like he might have been across the line of scrimmage already. But either way, just selling the fakes, that's another thing. One of many things Caden Olsen does well. Sell the fake and get that extra yard.
So here is Patton up the middle. Another nice cutback by Patton. And another first down for the Riverhawks. So moving the ball on the ground right now are the Riverhawks. Good first down carry by Patton results in a first down. Now the Riverhawks going to hurry it up a little bit. And before they can do that, a timeout is called on the field. I believe that was Kiski area called the timeout. While they have a timeout on the field, let's take a timeout. Thank one of our sponsors here on High Top Sports Network.
If you're an athlete looking for the best in personal training to dominate your sport, look no further than Richard D. Snyder YMCA.
Come check out our newly renovated annex, complete with turf, everything you need to stay in shape, as well as our very own golf simulator, complete with all kinds of pro courses that you can play, so make sure to reserve your time now.
Come visit the Richard D. Snyder YMCA and help grow our community.
And welcome back to Armstrong Stadium here. Out of the timeout, here is Alex Patton taking on contact. Still's got his legs churning, and he is down over the Kiski area 25-yard line. So Patton running with just his death grip on the ball. You know nobody's stripping that from him. Both hands keeping it high, and he just takes on contact and keeps pushing forward. Alex Patton, he's over 100 yards now on the game. Is that correct, Mason?
Yep, just over now. 107 is the number I have on 13 carries.
Wow. Pretty good game so far for Patton. Olsen, he's looking for Ian Olsen again. Oh, that looked like a little bit of a push-up by Ian Olsen, but he hangs on to the ball. Too big, too strong right there, Ian Olsen. And I thought he got away with one. A lot of hand fighting again down there, and he was going at Dominic Simmons. 23-yard touchdown catch. His second touchdown catch of the evening, Ian Olsen. And as I said, Mason, boy, oh boy, he and Simmons were really going at it. And that ball, he caught it at his waist. I mean, those guys were really jostling for the ball as Hunter Reed puts it up and in, and that will stretch the Riverhawks lead to 19 points, 33-14 here in the third quarter. Riverhawks on top. Another pitch and catch. Ian Olsen from older brother Caden Olsen. Once again, they hit a 49-yarder on the last play of the first quarter. A 23-yarder right there. 3:35 left here in the third quarter on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night.
The Riverhawks offense has only been stopped once. They were forced to punt once, but other than that, it's been score after score after score after score. At this point, they're firing on all cylinders like they have been all season long. That drive fueled by 5 carries, 53 yards for Alex Patton. The Olsen 12-yard keeper, and then, of course, doing the job that he's done so well, finding his brother in the end zone. Even though, Josh, you said that there might have been a little bit of a push-off, it doesn't matter. We don't make the final call at the end of the day.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, both of those guys were going at it. It wasn't just one. So Reed kicks off, and Danino takes it, surveys, waits for blocks to set up, tries to pop it back. But Jackson Chrisman there for the stop on that return by Danino. Still, Kiski out over their own 30-yard line, so another decent starting field position for the Cavaliers. (33-14) here on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night. Josh Schreckengost along with Mason Flanagan, Dave Hartman on the camera tonight, bringing you the regular season finale for both of these teams. Armstrong obviously moving on to the WPIL Class 4A playoffs. Finally, give to Connor Flem, and he is again over the yards gain, line to gain, a gain of about 11 yards right there, Mason. Connor Flem, he's been moving the ball well for these Cavaliers.
Right there, eclipsing the century mark, 105 yards on 18 carries, and another over 10-yard run.
So 3:02 left here in the third quarter. First down and 10. Cavaliers from their own 44. Heinley in the shotgun. And he's going to follow Connor Flem's blocks. And Heinley again. Oh, grabbed by the jersey. And thrown out of bounds by number 53 for the Riverhawks, Will Adams. But not before Heinley is able to rattle off another double-digit yardage run and give the Cavaliers another first down.
It's almost the same play as we saw the 50-yarder on the last drive, but this time only 15. Well, whatever works. Getting a first down after a first down, that's when Kiski manufactures some of their best drives, is when they take it one play at a time, one first down at a time.
Handoff to Flem in the middle. And he's stopped by Dozik Zablocki in there with first contact. Also saw Isaiah Brown getting up from the bottom of that pile as well. So Kiski back in Armstrong territory. Chance for the Cavaliers to try and answer that 23-yard touchdown pitch and catch. Olsen to Olsen. Put the Riverhawks up 19. Here's Heinley to Janino trying to get back to his blockers, but cuts it to the outside, slips the tackle. Got a flag that came in at the very end, and now another one from the back judge. We're going to see what those were. I saw Simmons come in late, not sure if it was a block in the back there, maybe against Kiski. Two flags down on the field. Jackson Crispin pointing Kiski's way. We'll see what happens. The officials talk it over.
I'm just impressed Heinley got that pass off, as there was maybe 4 blue and orange jerseys in the backfield immediately.
Face mask against the Riverhawks. And a block in the back, so offsetting penalties. And a break for both teams right there.
Scratch out the 8-yard reception.
So 2nd and 6. Kiski getting up on the ball here. .90 seconds left here in this third quarter. Handoff Connor Flem. Connor Flem gets through a hole. Somebody lost a helmet right there. And they are going to stop the clock here, I believe. And clock back moving. 1:13 left here in the third quarter. Josh Schreckengost with Mason Flanagan, Dave Hartman to my right on the camera. Remember, the playoffs are coming up. High Top Sports Network will be with these Riverhawks, as well as with the Freeport Yellow Jackets during their WPIL playoff run. If you or someone you know is a local business owner or affiliated with a community organization interested in sponsoring High Top Sports Network's coverage of the WPIL football playoffs. Reach out to us. You know where to find us. Plenty of places. And a good run there by Heinley. Brought down hard. Kid is went face first into the turf right there. That's always a scary sight. Ring the bell a little bit. And the chains have moved to 1st and 10.
That 7-yard run by keeper by Heinley, that gives Kiski now 2 runners with over 100 yards. Heinley now with 105.
Wow, look at that. What a backfield combo tonight for the Cavaliers. Final 5 seconds of this third quarter. Heinley, nowhere to go. Pops it outside and finds some running room now. Carson Heinley takes on contact. He's got a first down here on the final play of the third quarter. Looked like the Riverhawks had him hemmed up, but he bounced that out to the left side and got down to around the, let's see where they spot it, Mason. Looked like about the 11 or 12-yard line. It's like the 12. That is the final play of the third quarter on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night. While we have a moment between quarters, let's take a moment to thank one of our awesome sponsors here on High Top Sports Network, Armstrong Indoor Athletics.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Josh Recknost here with Mason Flanagan and Dave Hartman on the camera. Fourth quarter upcoming. Riverhawks and Kiski area Cavaliers. Armstrong on top, 33-14, trying to close out a 9-1 regular season to tie the best regular season record in program history. And it is 1st and 10. Connor Flem takes the direct snap. And Flem maybe about 3. I don't know if it is 1st and goal. It is 1st and goal. Or 2nd and goal, excuse me, after that run. Started on the 10-yard line, so now 2nd goal from the 7.
Yeah, nice job here in the second half by the Armstrong front 7, coming up and not allowing Connor Flem to fall forward anymore. Not sure if you're noticing that'll help, but in the first half, he was getting those holes and then going forward, getting that extra 2 or 3 yards. That hasn't been the case here. It's been held to like 3 yards or less most of the time.
Kiski area inside the Ryan Bowser State Farm red zone. Like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there. Heinley waits, and then just throws it away, and that might be grounding. I don't think he ever got outside.
Official rules incomplete.
Wow, he didn't. I didn't think he got outside the tackle box, but there was nobody in the vicinity over there. He just chucked it toward the Kiski sideline.
Yeah, well, the closest receiver was about at the G of Armstrong.
Close enough, I guess. 11:02 left. Fourth quarter, Riverhawks on top by 19 on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night. And Heinley keeps it. Good fake again, and Heinley's going to find the pylon and score for the Cavaliers. An 8-yard touchdown run by quarterback Carson Heinley. And the Cavaliers are now back to within a couple of scores. A good drive right there on the ground, as you mentioned, Mason. Cavaliers, both Heinley and Flem, over 100 yards in this game on the ground.
A couple double-digit runs there, a 15-yard run, a 17-yard run, a 7- and 8-yard run, and Connor Flem picking up some chunks here and there.
And Flem boots it. And it is good for the Cavaliers, point after. So 10:55 left, fourth quarter. Riverhawks now on top by just 12. Once again, they were on top by 12 when we started this second half.
If Armstrong stays on cue, they've scored in now 5 of their 6 possessions. But the Kiski defense has held the Riverhawks to punt. They've only scored 1 or 2 possessions here after coming back out of the locker room. But I got to say, Josh, as I mentioned all the way back in the pregame, that no matter what, when these two teams face off, it's always more competitive of a game than it seemingly will be. Even though Armstrong top of the conference, Kiski just getting their first win, we definitely knew that there would be a more competitive game than we've seen some other opponents within the 4A Greater Allegheny Conference.
Well, onside kick attempt right here for the Cavaliers, and able to field it and fall on it was number 22, Rex Harmon. So no need to get fancy on those onside kicks. You just secure it and fall on top of it, and the Riverhawks take over. I saw a successful onside kick last week at Freeport. At Valley. Freeport kicked an kicked an onside kick to start the second half, and they recovered it and scored on the very next play.
It's a way to take advantage of. We got to kick it off at the start of the half. We'll take out brilliant special teams play out. There you go.
Yeah, you don't see many onside kicks converted, but you do see many first down runs by the general, Alex Patton, number 7 for the Riverhawks, takes the inside handoff and pushes it forward for a first down. Tempo here for the Riverhawks. Another handoff to Patton and another push forward, close to first down yardage this time. With the chain gang having trouble keeping up with the Riverhawks offense. Looked like Patton got 9 on that particular run. Caden Olson checking out the defense, looks at the sideline. Communicates the new offensive signal to his line. Takes the snap. And he's going to take another deep shot toward Ian Olson and pushed off. Oh, man. You know what? That is unbelievable as Ian Olson hauls in his 3rd touchdown catch of the day. And the hand fighting right there. This is how smart Ian Olson is. He's covered single coverage by Terry Martin, number 15. And they were hand fighting, and Olson got close to him and let Martin push him forward toward the ball. And that created the separation. They were fighting back and forth, that hand fighting. And Martin actually gave Olson a shove that helped him, pushed him toward that perfect throw by Caden. And another touchdown connection, the 3rd of the day. The brothers strike again, Olson to Olson for the touchdown. Reed with the extra point, up and good. And once again, the Riverhawks have put up a 40 spot this season. And they have done that more often than not this year. Armstrong now up 40-21. 3 touchdown passes. Caden Olson to Ian Olson. And once they see single coverage on Ian Olson, that's where they're going.
Yes. I have 3 catches, 106 yards for Olson. All 3 catches are touchdowns. A 49-yarder, a 23-yarder, and a 34-yarder.
Hey, man, that's a pretty good day when you average 34 yards a catch and each of your catches goes for touchdowns. So the Riverhawks with a big score right there, answering the Cavaliers scoring drive.
We'll wait. And kick off on 23 on Reed.
And Reed sends it not too deep, taking it to 15 by Danino. And he's tackled before the 30, so the Riverhawks did a good job in kick coverage right there. $9:53 left here. And that ball will be spotted on the Kiski 27-yard line.
I'll definitely say time working against the favor of Kiski, who's put up a valiant effort against these Riverhawks.
They certainly have. I've been impressed with their effort tonight. You know, they had such difficulty putting the ball in the end zone early in this season. And as you said, Mason, they've really come together the past few weeks. Big offensive effort last week in their first win of the season against Fox Chapel. And tonight coming out here and putting 21 up against the Riverhawks and have been able to move the ball very effectively on the ground. Heinley and Flem over 100 yards. Here's Danino on the quick out, and he's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage and dropped for a loss. That is number 88, Connor Jacobs. So the Riverhawks averaging 40.7 points per game this year. They have gone over the 40-point mark for the 7th time in 10 games. Season high 56 last week against Highlands, 55 the week before against Mars, 47 the week before that at Indiana. So the Riverhawks on a scoring binge these past 4 games. And about, well, that was Flem tackled by number 70 for the Riverhawks, Ethan Crispin, in there with the stop.
Loss of 3.
So we are at 8.5 minutes here in regulation. Armstrong on top, 40-21. Kiski with the ball, facing a 3rd and 17 right now. Heinley finds Danino, and now Danino cuts all the way across the field to the near sideline. He's got, well, let's see, they got him out of bounds right around the first down marker. That's going to be pretty darn close.
Yep, first down. Here go the chains.
They moved the chains, and that play right there was designed to open up the middle of the field and allow Danino a cutback lane, which he expertly used to get to this near sideline and got just over the line to gain for the first down. 8:09 left here.
You could definitely see the Kiski playbook expanding from what we saw, from what loyal Kiski fans have seen in the early weeks. More plays, more trickery.
Heinley going to take a shot deep. He's got a man. Oh, and just overthrew Dom Danino. Ian Olsen was in coverage, but Danino got a step on him and was behind him. It's just Heinley put a little too much on that long pass.
Yeah, that's one of the guys that's one of the great matchups there. Danino and Olsen match up so well together. Olsen at the corner here went on Armstrong's defensive unit. And really just both guys with a tremendous amount of speed. Maybe Danino just has a step. It all depends on who gets the better jump.
Second and 10. Heinley takes the snap, rolls to his right. Haven't seen him roll that way many times and not much doing.
Heinley with the carry, tackled by Chrisman. Will be a short gain on the play.
And Zablocki was in there, as was Chrisman. So 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that looks like just another one of those players just seeing design the run for Heinley to get that out, get an edge. The defense read it perfectly.
And now Heinley going to roll to his left this time, firing towards Simmons, trying to get that sideline ball into Simmons, but throwing on the run, that ball sailed on him a little bit. And that's another 4th down faced here for the Cavaliers. And right now, you got to think I was going to say you're going to think they're going to go for it, but Sam Albert electing to send the punt team out. If I were Armstrong, I would be wary at this point. You never know. Well, that punt is up and away. Good boot. Olsen fair catches it at the 32. So while we have a moment, the team switch possessions. Let's take a moment and thank one of our fantastic sponsors, Olsen Chiropractic.
Life doesn't slow down when the everyday aches and pains have you sidelined. So get back on the field sooner with the care of Olsen Chiropractic. Dr. Ryan Olsen and his staff treat a variety of conditions for patients of all ages. Don't jeopardize your quality of life and the moments along the way. Let Olsen Chiropractic help you find the healthier, younger you. Call Olsen Chiropractic at 724-548-1040 to schedule a consultation or see a full list of services online at olsen-chiro.com.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. 1st and 10, Riverhawks. And Olsen going to keep that one himself, picking his way through traffic and up near the 1st down marker, about a yard, maybe a yard and a half shy.
Caden Olsen with the carry, tackled by number
Mason, you said Caden Olsen, 11 completions, 176 yards?
176 yards, three touchdowns through the air.
And that rushing touchdown.
I take that back. 4 touchdowns through the air. He had one to Isaiah Brown.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Didn't have it circled.
Got to circle those scoring plays. 4 touchdowns. And Olsen will add to his WPIAL leading total. Not the biggest yardage game, especially after last week against Highlands, throwing for nearly 450 against the Golden Rams. But efficient and has found the end zone. Well, his receivers have found the end zone 4 times. And Olsen, also that rushing touchdown, as you mentioned, Mason. So very strong evening once again for Armstrong's star senior quarterback. Well, still up on his feet, pushing the pile here. No whistle yet. You got to wonder whenever forward progress is actually stopped. The whistle took a while. A gain of a yard there. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Armstrong here at their own 39-yard line. Olsen has Patton behind him in the backfield. Up to the line. Maybe an audible here. We'll see what the Riverhawks do. Isaiah Brown is at the top of your screen. Flexed out wide to the left. Double covered is Brown. Little pitch right there to Patton. He's got some room, but a good ankle tackle there by Danino. Excuse me. Got this wind coming in on me. It's wrecking my sinuses a little bit. Apologies for that. So that pitch out to Patton looked like it had the makings of a 1st down play, Mason, but a good tackle there by Dom Danino.
Danino is star both on the offensive and defensive end and come up from the safety spot and keep Armstrong out in the field.
Well, here we've seen this a couple of times so far this year. This is Olsen. He may back up a little bit. Nope. Chrisman's going to take it and boot it away. Yeah, thought it might be a little pooch punt by Olsen, but Chrisman back there in the backfield with him. And he's the one that ends up giving the little pooch, and that will be down right at the Kiski area, 20-yard line.
Where Kiski will take over.
So Armstrong flips the field right there. Kiski, 80 yards to go to put it into the end zone. We'd like to thank the Richard G. Snyder YMCA in Katanning, our official broadcast partner this evening. Of course, Schaefer's HVAC Incorporated, our broadcast booth sponsor. We need Schaefer's HVAC up here with the windows open. Get us a heating system. Dave's a crazy man in short sleeves. So this drive will start with a handoff from Hindley. I don't think that was Flem. Looked like number 16. Brennan Moore, his first carry. And kind of interested to see what's going on. Well, Flem looks like he's checking back in right here, so Connor Flem seemingly okay.
Bobby Joe, City. Somebody came in and it was up. Yep, no problem.
So clock rolling along here. Kiski in no hurry. 3:40 left here in regulation on this Richard G. Snyder YMCA game night. Hindley firing it out. Oh, Olsen. Well, Olsen with great coverage. He read that route perfectly, came and tried to knock the ball away, and it deflected off of Danino. And then Klein came swooping in to give it a dive, but falls incomplete. Good coverage, good instincts right there by Ian Olsen. Too many Olsens.
It's nice to get that ball up in the air, too. Almost a second chance opportunity for Armstrong to pick that ball off.
Well, we have seen Caden Olsen play a little bit in the secondary this year.
He played there last year, so.
Caden played real deep safety whenever it was an obvious Hail Mary coming up, and he lit a kid up from that deep safety position. So Ian, the more natural cornerback. And Ian gets in there and snaps the ball carrier to the ground. That was Danino. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Danino even got a yard there. 3rd down and 10. The official spotted the ball.
Sorry about that.
Maybe a late penalty?
Well, it's moving forward here in favor of Kiski.
Heard roughing the passer?
Yeah, it looked like that flag came in, and that's right around the area it would have been for roughing the passer. I'm not sure who the Riverhawk, the guilty party, was right there because I was coughing into the microphone, so I apologize about that. As my mom would say, there's a frog in my throat. I always thought that was funny when I was a kid, thinking of an actual frog. Low throw there by by Hindley toward Danino. And they're going to say broken up by Kai and Klein, but that was a pretty low throw there by Hindley.
He had to dive to the ground. And Kiski really is only targeted Danino. There's been 1 or 2 targets at Simmons that I have, but no completions to anybody else. Essentially, for Armstrong's defense, make sure you cover Danino well, and you're set.
Second and 10 here. Hindley takes the snap. Fires into traffic again, looking for Danino. Kai and Klein was there, as was Dozick Zablocki. That'll bring up 3rd down. And 10 to go for the Cavaliers. And we have a timeout by the Cavaliers. So while we have a timeout on the field, let's take a timeout and thank another one of our fantastic sponsors here on High Top Sports Network, Devon Chiropractic.
Hi, I'm Dr. DeMond, owner of DeMond Chiropractic. We've been open for over 75 years and continue to provide high-level chiropractic care here in Armstrong County. And we are here to help you live your best life through all-natural chiropractic care. Come and see us.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. This evening's presentation of WPIAL Class 4A Greater Allegheny Conference Varsity Football, brought to you by Richard G. Snyder YMCA in Kittanning, Pennsylvania. I can personally vouch for the facilities. I'm a member at the Y. All kinds of cool stuff. Check out the golf simulator. You get to play Pebble Beach. Might not be able to do it in real life, but you can do it on their brand new golf simulator. It's pretty sweet. Heinley going to fire one towards the middle of the field, towards Simmons, but it's picked off by Connor Jacobs. And Jacobs playing center field right there. Tried to deliver a big hit there, did number 6, Luke Emmerling, but Jacobs, he is not small, 6'2", 210 pounds. And he went back, played center field, read that ball from Heinley. He was looking deep towards Simmons, didn't get enough on it. Jacobs swooped over there, picked the ball off. Decent return across midfield, so the Riverhawks will take over. 2:54 left in regulation.
You have to look, it was good pressure against the quarterback Heinley as well. I think it was, I want to say it was Jackson Crispin who had a right at the moment the ball was thrown.
Hey, that's the best time to deliver a hit on a quarterback, is right as they're delivering the ball. You know, you can affect the flight of the ball without touching it.
Look, because if it was Crispin, whoever it was, took out the whole lower body of Heinley.
Second down and 7, clock continuing to wind here as we approach the final 2 minutes of regulation. Riverhawks on top, 40-21. Caden Olson, another vintage performance here. 4 touchdown passes this evening. 3 to his younger brother Ian Olson, and 1 to Isaiah Brown. And Riverhawks just going to let that play clock wind. Kiski has 1 timeout left here, not electing to use it right now. Olson takes the snap, keeps it himself, and he's going to cut it back and is tripped up, but he will get across the line to gain right to about the 35-yard line. That'll be a first down.
It's going to be good for a Riverhawk first down.
51 yards on the ground on 5 carries for Olson.
Well, a lot better than last week when he had 7 carries for -2 yards, but did have a touchdown.
It was highlighted by a big first down, 20-yard run back in the first quarter.
So 90 seconds left in regulation. Riverhawks trying to put a stamp on a 9-1 regular season and a conference championship. Olson slings it out, and it got through the hands of number 3, Hayden Pampino. Hit Pampino in the face mask and bounced away, so that will stop the clock, at 1:05. I don't know why the clock went to zeros there. Not what I wanted. 1:05 left. Let's see if the Riverhawks try and get Pampino involved once again. Senior night. Trying to get that senior wide receiver a catch on his senior night. Hand off to Patton. Patton's hit 2 or 3 times before he is dropped to the turf.
Patton Walker tackled by corner Clem and Jack Ryder. Third down.
Another couple yards. That brings Patton 18 carries, 137 yards.
Great game for the General tonight. Going for 137 on the ground. And it looks like Coach Fabian is electing to get some seniors into the game, get them on the field here, into the victory formation. And dropping to a knee is number 21, Dawson Contrail. And he will get the final snap and able to kneel on it as the Riverhawks seal a 40-21 victory here on senior night. Armstrong concludes the regular season with a 9-1 record and a conference championship. The WPIAL 4A Greater Allegheny Conference champion Armstrong Riverhawks. I'm interested to see where they will be seated in the WPIAL Class 4A bracket, ranked number 4 in the WPIAL 4A, behind Aliquippa, Central Valley, and McKeesport. Those three teams, not in a particular order. I think McKeesport was first, actually. I think it was McKeesport, Aliquippa, Central Valley, and then Armstrong and Highlands to make up the top 5. So the Riverhawks win that Greater Allegheny Conference outright. Mason, I think you're maybe going to take a jaunt down to the field and see if we can get this wireless mic engaged and maybe get a chance to talk to Coach Fabian.
Stats up here, it's all the numbers at the bottom, and I certainly see what's down.
Mason is going to take our wireless microphone. Was that popped my ear? Apologies if you heard that. Out there on the broadcast. We're going to wait for Mason to see if he can speak with Coach Fabian following this 40-21 victory. Riverhawks take care of business at home against the Cavaliers. Finished 9-1 on the season.
Okay, at this time, it looks as though Coach Fabian is down by the $10,000 drawing. We're going to have it live.
Well, they are going to do a $10,000 drawing here tonight. I think it's the blue collar drawing. Dave, you want to zoom in on that? Go for it.
Okay, I got you. Okay, thank you.
So we can stay live here to announce it as Mason tries to make his way down there, and the team.
And as the balls are being spun there by Mr. Zablocki of the Riverhawk Football Boosters, this is the $10,000 winner being drawn live. It's being recorded for all pleasures with all the Riverhawks surrounded. Thankful for everybody who participated in the blue collar quarterly drawing.
I don't know how they're going to get the name up to us, but it's a big deal. The entire team gathered around the table, a great fundraiser. The blue collar football drawing for $10,000. Obviously, the support goes to the Armstrong Riverhawks Football Boosters and the program. All proceeds.
$1,000 drawing, Dawn Myers.
Dawn Myers. Dawn Myers, the winner.
And now our full City the Villa players of the game.
I wonder if it's County Commissioner Dawn Myers. That would be something if it was the County Commissioner. I mean, I'm sure there's more than one Dawn Myers in Armstrong County. Myers, a pretty popular name in this neck of the woods, but we also do have a county commissioner named Dawn Myers. So I wonder if it was Commissioner Myers who was the winner. Sure, that news will be passed around quickly, should it be our elected official here, Mason, walking out to Coach Fabian.
And there they are at the 50 2022 Greater Allegheny Conference Champion.
I want Mason to start talking so I want to see if I can hear him. I think Mason's going to give me a call here.
We'll get it. Hey, thanks, Luke.
Trying to. Okay, start talking. Wait, turn on the mic and start talking so I can see if I can hear you. What? I heard you. Just listen. I'm going to put the headset on, start talking, and I want to see if I can hear you in the headset.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Take the. Yeah, take the. Hey, I can't hear you. Turn the volume the whole way up. Is it on? It should just be in the middle. Like, it should be like a plus thing. Oh, thanks. You're the hit. That's all I volume above that, numbers are, and where it showed the batteries.
Actually, I probably would have drove down there. Yeah, take that. I got it.
Okay, take the USB thing out of the bottom. Take the USB thing out of the bottom. All right, start talking. I'll see if I can hear you.
Bar 2 o'clock is the college straight up. Very key.
I'll keep talking. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, we got Mason down there. We got you. Mason, I know you can't hear me. You don't have headphones on, but I can hear you, but it keeps cutting out. So
I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, go ahead and walk out. If you could, wait for Coach Fabian. Maybe get him to where your microphone is facing the booth. Maybe get away from Luke's.
I don't hear you.
You can't hear me on the speaker?
Hear me on the speaker?
Well, folks,
I'll keep talking. I don't hear what you're saying on.
It's.
There they are, your 2022 Greater Allegheny Conference Champions. Don't forget tomorrow, 2 p.m. Don Rebel Streaming will be providing the pairings meeting to know where the matchups are. Right now in the southwest corner of the end zone.
Just stay facing the booth. Try and get
the Riverhawk football team is receiving some championship gear merchandise right now. So Greater Allegheny Conference Champion t-shirts are being passed out to the team as we speak. If you are interested in buying the same conference championship
Well, we're trying to get everything coordinated down there with Mason. Coach Fabian wanted to address the team before he spoke with Mason. So we are still attempting to possibly get Coach Fabian for a post-game interview, but
tonight will be sold tomorrow at the 700 shop starting at 10 a.m. Once they're gone.
But our High Top Sports Network Shop and Save Player of the Game, I'm going to give it to Ian Olsen. I mean, what a night. 3 touchdown catches, over 100 yards receiving, played good defense on the outside, basically helped shut down Dom Danino in the second half. Danino had a big first half receiving, but really didn't get much going in the second half through the air. And now the Riverhawks going to pose for some photos, I believe. Well, I'm not sure how long this is going to take, folks, honestly. I was hoping we could get Coach Fabian, but a special night for the Riverhawks as they get to celebrate the second conference championship in program history, 9-1 on the year. Their only loss in week 1 against Aliquippa, 28-14 here, and the Riverhawks gave the Quips all they could handle in that game. It was actually tied at 14 apiece deep into the fourth quarter before Aliquippa was able to punch a couple of scores in. But otherwise, the Riverhawks have been on a roll since that day in September, have not lost since, and are now Greater Allegheny Conference champions. So we're going to let the team celebrate. They're walking away from the photos right now. And let's see if Coach Fabian is going to come back this way and join Mason. As the cheerleaders and players filter off the field. And it doesn't look like it. So, no worries. We will be back next week with the Riverhawks. Waiting to see what the playoff seedings are. We'll find that out early next week. Find out the Riverhawks' first round opponent and where Armstrong will be seeded in the WPIL 4A playoffs. So for Mason Flanagan and Dave Hartman, my name is Josh Streckendoss. Thank you to the YMCA, Richard G. Snyder YMCA in Katanning. Thanks also to Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, Schaefer's HVAC, Olson Chiropractic, Shop and Save at Franklin Village, DeMond Chiropractic Center, UFP Parker, Armstrong Indoor Athletics, Shop and Save at Franklin Village, Phoenix Physical Therapy, Katanning and Rural Valley, and of course Steffi's Country Catering, our great sponsors for the regular season. Again, if you or someone you know is a local business owner or affiliated with a community organization and are interested in sponsoring High Top Sports Network's coverage of WPIL playoff football, we will be covering the Armstrong Riverhawks and Freeport Yellow Jackets. And remember, those broadcasts not only go out on our platforms, but also the Trib High School Sports Network. Feel free to get in touch with us. We can work something out to fit your budget, get your message out there in a variety of different ways. A lot of people all over the Western Pennsylvania area and all over the country. Had a guy stop me from Arizona and said that he loved watching High Top Sports Network. Got to see his grandson, Dozik Zablocki, play the game. So that was very cool. So if you would like to High Top Sports Network to craft a custom sponsorship message for you or your business or organization, please reach out. You can find us, just search High Top Sports on Facebook. Go to the website, hightopsportsnetwork.com, on Twitter at hightop_sports, or give us a call, 724-824-3554. So for Mason Flanagan and Dave Hartman, my name is Josh Streckendoss. Thanks again for joining us this evening. Stay safe, be well, have a wonderful week.